Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, my family, my fellow gamer. What's going on? It's your boy Porter Rock 77, and we're about to rock out live real quick. How's everybody doing this fine afternoon, morning, whatever part of the world you at? What's up, chat room? What's going on? Yo, Emmy Ken, what's good? You know what I'm saying? Yo, Mark, what's happening, bro? William Vegas, what's up? Overdone, Jamal. Who else we got here? Overdone. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Ryan Landis, what's good, people? Glad you could rock out with me, so we could talk a bit. Yo, what's up, Ray? What's going on? Game over. HD, what's good? The game night. Joe Robinson, Berserker. Glorious, God of Games. What's up, people, man? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Before I get to the topic, my man Alex, what's up? Leonidas, what's going on, people? So let me just do a little warm-up chat, just talk a little bit before I get to the topic. Let the room fill up a little bit. Eden Prime, what's good? Master Shake, what's going on, people? Mac, what's up? So yesterday I finally beat God of War. And I also was able to plat it. Well, I beat it 2 days ago, and I platted it yesterday. I did all the side missions to get my plat. Predman was good. AC, what's up, everybody? So normally I'm not the type to go hunting for plats. I'm not a platinum seeker. I think this is my 6th platinum that I did. Thank you very much, Gain. I appreciate it. We're all good. I'm glad for that EU friendly timing. Yeah, what's up? So yeah, I platted yesterday, and it was one of those few games. Like other games I platted was pretty much automatic. Like the Walking Dead, all those games, they're pretty much automatic. I remember putting effort into one of the Call of Duties, but that was like back on PS3. What else? There's maybe like 1 or 2. It was a total of 5 games. Well, now 6. All right. But with God of War, the game was so fantastic that I had to plat it. I know it was just something that I had to do. Fernando Perez, ahí tranquilo, brother. What's up? What's going on? Damn, 124 platinums. That's dope. That's crazy. So let me speak on God of War real quick. I'll just talk about that, and I'll probably edit the title a little bit about that. So for me, the game is just absolutely phenomenal in every way. It went beyond my expectation. So I'm halfway through, God, man. I keep going off track with the story, but so far, so I'm not going to say no spoilers now. So now that I know somebody's in the room, so I'm not going to say no spoilers. But I will say, since you're halfway, you can relate. The gameplay is absolutely phenomenal. Of course, yeah, it's on Porter Rock 77. Anybody could friend request me. That's no problem, brother. Porter Rock 77, same name. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I'm out here in Germany, so you'll see more European-friendly times now. So spread that around. Be a little bit earlier for the States. Yo, I never got no shout out. Oh, shit. My bad, Almighty Spartan. What's up, player? What's good? Yeah, so my wife arrives today. She's coming back from the States, and she bought me a copy of Detroit, so I have that. So I'll be playing that. It's crazy because the game I was going to go play next was State of Decay on Xbox, but from what I'm hearing, I'll probably just play Detroit first, rock out with that, and then I'll jump on State of Decay after, see how it is. But from what I'm hearing, a lot of people ain't too impressed with the game. Well, I'm here living on base, so I get 200 meg service. Out in town, I hear they have crazy internet, but I live on the military base. So the fastest service they got is 200 meg, which is still good. It does the bit. But back to God of War, the game is absolutely phenomenal. The gameplay was far beyond anything I expected. They were able to still pull off the feel of the original God of Wars, where you have a whole bunch of enemies to face, powerful enemies. You have powerful attacks, attacks that slam on the ground and just explosion, and him just being violent and destructive. And in my opinion, not only did he maintain that feeling. In fact, I think it's better. I think it's more brutal. I think it's more powerful. I know, especially on if you play in the harder levels. I think the enemies are even more brutal, more difficult. So it's just fantastic how they did it. I like the fact that it's more open world, and not so much stages or levels. Going from area to area. Like the fact that it's just completely big and open. I love the game design, how they designed that whole Asgard, Midgard, and all that area. Uh, I love the characters. It's just I love. This is what I like too. So the boy Atreus, I like how they implemented him. They made him more active into the gameplay as compared to others. As compared to The Last of Us and all the other stuff. He's integral to the gameplay. You're able to build him up. You're able to make him more powerful. Yeah, he's able to learn more movesets, and ultimately he becomes an arsenal in your combat. You know, um, the combat mechanics is just phenomenal. It's just completely phenomenal. Obviously you have your sword and your chain blades, and then if you put the game in a high enough difficulty, you better be good at blocking and dodging, and all the while you got boy and his move sets. So it's just insane. Combat was just so amazing, and that's the advice I give to anybody who hasn't beat the game yet. Learn to play with the boy. Learn to play to use him. Learn to use him, because some people forget to use him, and he fights on his own. And as you develop his move sets, he's able to grab people, jump on their head to stun them and stuff like that. But definitely use the square or whatever to trigger him to shoot arrows and stuff like that. It's the game is absolutely fantastic. I just couldn't help. It was probably one of the most phenomenal games that I played this entire gen. They outdone themselves with this one. Fantastic reboot of a franchise. Uh, for all the haters, hey, it is what it is. I'll say this, man. If there are people who truly enjoyed Rise, I don't see how the hell they're not going to be able to enjoy God of War. It's almost impossible, because it's just so much better in every way, from the combat, from the universe, from the worlds, from the epic set pieces. It's all up in there. So it's just an amazing assortment. But that's all I gotta say. Another thing I want to touch on before I get on to the main topic is a little bit of my disappointment with Fallout 76. From what I'm hearing, it might be an online survival game or some weird shit. And this is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Hearing the Fallout franchise is a powerhouse franchise. That game sells like 11 million, 12 million, 15 million. It's a huge seller in of itself. I don't know what they're trying to do with this Fallout Online Survival. I don't know what it is, man. I thought they were gonna do, part of kind of like what they did with Fallout New Vegas. They continue, just the next chapter. Some people say it's like Fortnite type survival, and I don't get it. Like, come on now, we just make a legit Fallout with a good story, and it's gonna sell like a motherfucker. People are waiting for this shit. This games as a service bullshit is getting out of hand, and it's killing great games. I don't see the need. Fallout, it's already a big franchise. It's already a huge franchise. If they want to do anything with online, then I could maybe include co-op. You know what I'm saying? Where people could jump in and out with their character, help you out. Help people out. You know what I'm saying? I can maybe understand that. I can understand that. You have your single player, but then people could hop on, maybe up to 4 players. Could hop on, and you guys wreak havoc across the thing. I could maybe understand that. That would be pretty cool. To play Fallout with 3-4 other people. You bug out. Do your thing. But God, man, I'm really concerned with this Fallout Survive game. I'm like, they better not, man. They better not pull no bullshit, bro. Like, come on, man. It's not like the franchise needed the help. It's a huge I mean, it's a huge game. You know, fuck, man, this game's as a service bullshit, bro. Like, and you know what it is? I'm not mad at the multiplayer or whatever. I understand it's a huge part of gaming. But does every fucking game, excuse my language, gotta be a goddamn multiplayer game? Everything has to be multiplayer. If everything's multiplayer, isn't the point of multiplayer is like you play it and you stick with that game for a while? Well, if people are sticking with these multiplayer games, how do you have time to play all these multiplayer games? Damn, man. I really hope the rumors are not true. This is some bullshit, man. Like, give us a good, like, we're not gonna get a single player Elder Scrolls for a long time because they're supporting Elder Scrolls Online. Now, I admit, I played it. It was good. It was great. I played it for a long time. They update the content, and it's cool. It is what it is. And I think the reason why it's cool is because you were still able to play the game as a single player. Granted, some areas, like the dungeons, you would need a team. But for the most part, the game itself didn't really need a team. It was pretty much, you playing single player. So that's what I enjoyed about it. So I was still getting the Elder Scrolls single player experience. Maybe not as in depth and not as much storytelling as compared to an actual Elder Scrolls single player game, but it was good. I enjoyed it, But because of that, we're not going to see an Elder Scrolls for a good minute. But Fallout, damn, bro. I don't know, man. And it's true. Any MMO has that concept, ZeniMax makes it so, but isn't it? Does Bethesda publish it or something? I don't know. Man. I hope Fallout 76 is like, what? I hope Fallout 76 is in the same vein as Fallout New Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Part of the Fallout universe and it's its own authentic story. And obviously more optimized. What's up, JD and stuff? I'm hoping for that. So the rumors I'm hearing about Fallout 76 is kind of disappointing, but we'll hear more about it this Sunday. All right. So let's get on with the big deal. All right. So there's rumors, and I'm gonna say rumors. Key emphasis on rumors that Crackdown 3 might get delayed again for the third time. But this is all a possibility, only because I guess Amazon's taking out a pre-order, all that stuff. Who knows? I really don't know. I really don't know if Crackdown is actually delayed or not. It may not be. Not so sure, right? It could be a possibility, right? So my thing so much. I mean, it is what it is. If they got to delay the game because they're having issues, then it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it, all right? Microsoft has a high ambition, or hopefully they have a high ambition, and or I would say for a while they had a high ambition with this cloud computing and all this stuff, and the game's turning out the way it's turning out, right? Here's my thing. I don't understand the damage control using Days Gone. I don't understand how Days Gone got involved in this. I don't see the comparison because Days Gone wasn't a game that was announced in 2014 and got delayed twice. Right? I could see the comparison with the last Guardian. I could see that. I could see that the Crackdown 3 is becoming the Last Guardian, right? But here's my thing. So people complaining about Crackdown 3 possibly being delayed, the ones who are interested in the game, the ones who are interested in buying it, because let's be honest, it's not much to buy on the Xbox in terms of exclusives. It's mostly a multi-plat machine, to which the narrative is, well, at least the multi-plats run best on Xbox, to which I agree with that statement. I disagree with that statement because it doesn't run best on my Xbox. It's not the best. My Xbox I have here that I play with doesn't play the best version of multiplats. And not that I care it to. All I'm saying is that statement is incorrect. When people say Xbox has the better version of multiplats, no, the correct statement is Xbox One X got the best version of multiplats. The problem is most Xbox gamers don't own an Xbox One X. Most of them are playing on the S or on the vanilla model or like the Halo 1 terabyte edition. Most people did not buy the X. You can clearly see that because Xbox cannot win NPDs. Can't win NPDs. And within those months, Xbox One S sales are included with the XLs. So the combined might of the One X and the One S can't win MPDs. So the majority don't own X. It's a small minority that are enjoying the best version of multiplats. Everybody else, they're playing multiplats. And again, I never really cared that Xbox wasn't able to run games at 1080p. I never really bashed the console for that because I own plenty of weaker consoles, so that's not something I'm interested in. But to say Xbox gamers have the best versions will define these Xbox gamers because the majority don't have the X, right? So what do the majority have? The majority have backwards compatibility. The majority gets to play multiplats, and the majority wants to play exclusives, games that aren't available anywhere else. Well, they haven't been getting those big exclusives. They haven't. So in reality, your console is literally a multi-plat machine. Only the minority few can take it a step further and talk about 4K enhancements and all that stuff. Majority of everybody else is playing multiplats. It is what it is. So Crackdown 3. So Days Gone was delayed. I know originally was announced for a 2018 release, not a specific day or time, but it was originally set for 2018, but got delayed to 2019. Right? So that's a delay for that. So that's being used to cover up, damage control, call it what you want about Crackdown 3. Here's the thing. Crackdown 3 launched, or not launched, but Crackdown 3 was announced in 2014, officially unveiled. Not like rumored that it was being made. It was officially unveiled in 2014 with the multiplayer beta for 2015 and a release in 2016. The beta didn't happen. The release of the game didn't happen. So it got delayed to 2017. 2017 comes. San Diego Comic-Con. Game looks like a damn disaster. It was just atrocious. Completely atrocious. So now the game gets delayed to 2018. And now here we are again with a possible delay to 2019. Now I'm going to tell you, at this point, God of Games, hey, thank you for the $2 super chat, brother. He says Crackdown 3, another Just Cause 3 destruction wise. Possibly so. To be honest, I don't even know. I don't even know if the gameplay of the game is even worth talking about at this point. At this point, I didn't have much interest in Crackdown other than it's a new game to play on Xbox. I'll check it out on Xbox. Since this is a new game to play. At this point, I'm not even sure if I even care to play it now. I may just at this point just write it off, and it is what it is. Again, the delay in of itself, it happens, especially if you're ambitious or you didn't plan out how the game is supposed to be completed. You didn't plan out the logistics and the timing and all that stuff. It happens. I mean, again, The Last Guardian, look how long it took for that game to come out. It took forever. Right? And I use that as a proper comparison. I'm not going to use Days Gone as a proper comparison. Anybody who used Days Gone, it was just downright silly. Downright dumb. Because again, Days Gone was announced in 2016, projected 2018, delayed 2019. Okay. Crackdown was unveiled in 2014, multiplayer beta 2015, released in 2016. That didn't happen. 2017 release. That didn't happen. And now 2018 release, and it looks like it might not happen. Completely different. Crackdown could definitely be compared to The Last Guardian. That's the appropriate game to compare it to. And again, it's huge screw-ups. You look at the game The Last Guardian, if you played it, that game, there's no way that game would have ran on the PS3. It was having issues on the PS4, and the PS4 has 5 gigs of RAM. Imagine trying to make that game on a half a gig of RAM. And I think only 400 megs were available for games. It would have been a disaster. There's no way they could get The Last Guardian to run on the PS3. It was just too ambitious, And that's just how it is. Microsoft's ambition for Crackdown got the better of them. And I think the big part of it is cloud technology. I tell you, Is there potential for cloud technology to be a game changer? Right? Is there potential for cloud tech in terms of gameplay to really change the game? Potentially, yeah. I think Microsoft went at it the wrong way. If they're going to support cloud gaming, you know, to enhance physics and stuff like that, then they should have just went all in, and not just use one game as a test bed. They should have implemented it in Halo. They should have implemented it in Gears, um, Halo Wars, whatever. Whenever the technology was ready, just implement it in all those games. All right. And the reason why I say this is the more developers that use this technology in their games, the more they learn. You know, each developer, especially first party, will have lessons learned, right? And these lessons learned can be shared for the betterment of better first party games that will continue to use the cloud. But instead, they're relying on one game to show cloud physics and all that stuff, and it's failing in a way. Because the truth is, Crackdown should not be getting the spotlight that it is. It's not that type of game. It's not a Halo. It's not a Gears. It's not a Forza. It's not an Uncharted. It's not a Horizon Zero Dawn. You know, but it's getting this high profile treatment when it doesn't deserve it. You know, because ultimately, Crackdown should have been one of those games that are available, but sits right along some of the biggest games of the year. You know, kind of like Detroit. Detroit, a lot of good positive reviews, some bad. A lot of people are happy to play it. I'm looking forward to playing it, but it sits right along God of War. God of War is the big game. And in a couple of months, Spider-Man is a big game. Everything in between is just good games that continue to entertain. But imagine if Detroit was like the only exclusive for PlayStation this year. No God of War, no Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? It would be pretty bad, you know? Again, I don't know if Crackdown's permanently really delayed. That's why I said allegedly and stuff like that. Um, it's just, I don't know. I sit back and I think, even with all this, there's people who still damage control. They'll figure out anything to defend Microsoft, and I'm thinking, what are you guys defending in reality? You know, what's being done here? The reason why I say that is because I see tweets, you know, I see conversations of people white knighting for Xbox, and you know what? There's a let me replay. Let me say this. Nothing wrong with saying that you enjoy a console, and people going, you know, and it is what it is. People enjoy whatever they want to enjoy, you know. But there's certain things that I wonder that, like, are you listening? Like, they list off these things on the reason why they enjoy the console, and I listen to their reasonings, their logic, you know, the itemized list, whatever you want to call it. And I'm thinking any one of these things can change overnight. You know, so like for example, I got dudes. I make a post about PlayStation something, then somebody comes back, "Oh, it's best on Xbox, the best box, and whatever." And I'm like, I don't think so, whatever. And then we go back and forth on our opinion. 9 times out of 10, my opinion for the most part is the games, the first party games, because I get all the multiplats plus I get the first party games, which is amazing. Their comeback is usually, well, we got the power, we got UHD Blu-ray player, Dolby Atmos, stuff like that, backwards compatibility. And I'm thinking, all right, I get those features, but the problem is all those features could flip-flop at any point in time. Like, for example, if you like Xbox because it provides you the best version of multiplats, then what were you doing the first 3 4 years? What were you doing from 2013 to 2016 when Xbox wasn't giving you the best version of multiplats, right? You said UHD player for Blu-ray, but again, 2013 to 2000 mid 2016, you didn't have UHD Blu-ray player, 4K Blu-ray player, because that didn't come out till the One S came out, you know. And then again, going back to power, what happens if next gen during the next gen era of gaming, Microsoft's no longer the more powerful console? That those are the things you have to consider. But I don't think these people consider that, because I think what they're trying to do is they just take whatever positive Microsoft has, and I think they just use it as their reasoning, you know. So the whole reason, like, oh, I love X because it's the most powerful, as at most this, that, and a third. I sometimes think, well, I don't think that's true, because you were always an Xbox fan, and Xbox didn't have any of that. Xbox wasn't the most powerful, didn't have Dolby Atmos, didn't have Blu-ray, didn't have none of that. Yet you were still a huge Xbox fan, you know? And there's nothing wrong with being a huge Xbox fan. I think, though, if you just hide damage control, the faults, you know, if you just hype everything good, nothing's wrong, and that's it, then that message is going to get across to Microsoft, and they're going to think they're doing nothing wrong, you know? My man, Andrew Wilkins, thank you so much for the super chat. Xbox has never been that successful or great in gaming for people to defend so hard and tell some regurgitated lies for Xbox. For the most part, I agree. Definitely. I think Xbox probably had its best success during the PS3 360 era, I would say. But because again, they focused on games. And what's funny is Xbox 360 wasn't the most powerful console either. That's what's hilarious. But this Crackdown comparison with Days Gone got delayed one time. It was initially shown in 2016. Got delayed from 2018, to which I remember calling it a while back, but for different reasons. Only because I thought that PlayStation 4 was stacked in terms of you know, I don't know. I'll be honest. I really lost interest in Crackdown 3, and I'm slowly losing interest in the Xbox brand. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I can't remember the last time I felt this way. And make and make no mistake. You know, my preference, I always said this, my preference has always been PlayStation. I used to be a Sega fan. Sega's consoles was my shit. But I saw them decline. When I played the Saturn, I saw a serious decline. I knew something was up, you know. You could just tell. I and it's just and going with the title, comparing, and I mean, I just can't see. You know, it's funny how the fanboys just instantly, well, I ain't gonna say fanboys, but just Xbox fans just instantly defend Microsoft, when in reality, Microsoft is kind of screwing them over with the lack of games for their specific platform, you know. Uh, how can I put this? It's especially if you bought the X, I can't see investing $500. Shout out to Harry. What's going on, brother? Thank you so much for the 50 sec. First party games is what defines a true console. In these third parties, AA, single A titles, is that little extra that define Xbox One extra. Sorry for the truth. You pick a good point. You give Microsoft, you give any company an extra some amount of money, $400, $500 for their product, and the product should do more than just what the basic thing does. It should be more than just the better version of multiplats. That should just be part of the equation. Microsoft should be supporting the platform, really showing the true potential of the platform through its exclusives. You know, and that hasn't been really happening. Let's talk about Days Gone. So Days Gone, people saw the preview. Some people there was mixed reactions with the preview. Um, but overall, obviously, Sony Ben needs to do some work to polish the game, get it ready. Uh, it is what it is, right? But the game was announced in 2016. Very promising demo, right? And I think it was suggested that it was going to be a 2018 title. Now I got delayed to 2019. All right. In that respect, it is a good move. You know, if you got an initial sales target of when to release a game, but certain things wasn't working right, go back and fix it. Don't try to reinvent the wheel or anything like that. Just have them go back and fix it. You know, Crackdown 3, it already got delayed. The multiplayer beta got canceled. So the game was already on its way of being fixed. But then comes 2017 with that atrocious San Diego Comic-Con presentation. That's just atrocious. And they had to delay it again. So now it's like, okay, we don't hear anything about Crackdown for almost a year. And when we do hear about it, it's potential that it got canceled. Man, long pause, right? Long pause of silence. Everybody's thinking, damn, what happened? I don't know, man. I'll be honest. I really, really losing interest in Xbox. If you haven't known, I haven't even unpacked it yet. I moved in a couple of weeks ago. I think most of you saw the podcast. You know, me talking about moving into my new apartment here on base. And yeah, people thought the stream stopped and stuff. No, that's the dramatic pause. Oh, I got my furniture. I got everything. I unpacked my clothes, my uniforms, all my stuff. You know, put everything away. You know, the games I shipped, put it away. You know, setting up my man cave, all that stuff. My TV, soundbar. I was doing everything. My Xbox is still completely wrapped up. You know, good question. If I unpacked it, why would I play on it? That's a good question, man. I'm still. I guess I'm still gonna try to rock out with State of Decay, but to be honest, I'm more interested in playing Detroit Become Human. I'm really hyped. You know, my wife flies back in. You know, if she's not jet lagged, because it is a long flight from the States to here to Germany. If she's not jet lagged, I think I'll take her out to eat for dinner. You know, but if she's jet lagged, then I'll just we'll get something just for here for the house. You know, just chill, relax. You know, maybe I'll get started on Detroit tomorrow or over the weekend. But I'm really looking forward to playing Detroit more than I'm playing an Xbox game. But I'm just and I just wonder uh if that's the same case for a lot of people. You know, are people losing interest in Xbox? You know, and how do you reignite interest in that platform? Uh that's what you have to ask. And as far as E3, I'll be honest, I'm not really expecting much. I'm keeping my expectation so low for Xbox E3. Only because it's the same people that does the other shows. It's the same people that does that inside Xbox. It's the same people that did Gamescom last year. Same people that had that abortion of San Diego Comic Con. So I don't know what Microsoft would be able to pull a hat trick or whatever. I just don't know, right? I'm more interested, and obviously the Sony and Nintendo press conference. But hopefully Microsoft could pull it out. It is what it is. You know, at this point, you either enjoy Xbox or you don't. But I will say this though: if Microsoft doesn't do something to fix this, to right this ship, to get this ship back on course, you could see potentially less and less people supporting the platform, and they'll take their talents to South Beach. They'll buy a PC. They'll say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get a PC because I could play the games anywhere on there." Or they'll go get a PlayStation 4, or they'll get a Nintendo Switch. That's pretty much I see the future for Xbox. Xbox definitely got to do something. They got to bring out the big IPs. My man Lionel, man, what's up, brother? Thank you for the $10 super chat. Sony is back in control, like how it should be. And why so much faith in a platform that only been popping for one gen? Xbox is not a proven product. Seems like a fad, like the Wii. You know what? When you look back, I'll say this: I enjoyed the first OG Xbox. It wasn't a big seller. You know, it wasn't super popular. It was the newcomer. But in all actuality, despite not selling a lot, it was a good console. It was about the games. It had a lot of great games. A lot of great games. And I think at the time, definitely the best online at the time. Microsoft really fleshed out Xbox Live for that type of generation. And the games were great. It had a lot of games. The OG Xbox had a lot of games. It was fantastic. It had a lot of big titles too. But when 360 was also a good gen. I think that was Microsoft's first successful gen. Very successful. But this gen, man, they really punted into the stands. They really screwed this up. And I don't know. I don't know what Microsoft could do for this E3 because I don't see them busting out announcements for first party IPs. Man, I don't know. So it's just Jesus Christ. I don't know. So I think I'm gonna leave it off with that. I'll leave it off with that. Just enough with the damage control. I understand comparing Days Gone with The Last of Us. Last of Us was like delayed for like 7-8 years or whatever. But if you have no issues bashing, not The Last of Us, I'm sorry, The Last Guardian. Excuse me, The Last Guardian. Sorry about that. But if you had no issues with ragging on The Last Guardian, and the delays was ridiculous. It was a ridiculously long delay. There's no doubt about that. But if you had issues with that game, then I don't see how you can't have issues with Crackdown 3. Especially when Crackdown 3 is being like the headliner for one of the top games for Xbox, which, as sad as it is, it shouldn't be that way. Crackdown 3 shouldn't be the big game of 2018. It shouldn't be that game. You know what I mean? Damn. Well, anyway, I'm gonna leave my stream like that. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. My channel's also open up for sponsorship. But I appreciate you dudes for hitting up. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the European friendly time slot. And with that, this is your boy Puerto Rock 77, your only friend in these YouTube streets. And tune in. I'll probably do a podcast if possible Saturday. Time to be determined. But definitely doing a podcast with Zaire on Sunday. Or not even a podcast, is our show, the Digital Street Show. And this time it will be on Zaire's channel. So check it out. If you missed it, it's on my channel. And check out my little video of my excitement over Fallout 76, only for it to get, for these rumors to ruin the party. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, people, you guys take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.